I don't know.
55.
Yeah, I'd do 55 and then leave the county roads for like Sonora and shit.
Pay from there. Just mark it. Just mark it. I don't want people to go out.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because there are people there and there are calls and everything.
That's close, I think.
Yes, pretty
Yeah,
close.
I think if you see any, just mark it. Just be safe.
No, I'm talking about that 13 Alpha is
Yeah,
close.
By the
Crystal's
freeway.
down by the prison.
I'm not getting 13 alpha alerts.
There's only like 3 cops on the guy.
Oh, wait.
Wait, Anna's gone. Someone drive it.
I'm doing a map, Richard. You drive.
Casey's driving. Okay, I'll drive.
We can't drive anywhere. We have to wait for Anna.
Why is no one talking on the radio? After a 13 Alpha. What the fuck is going on?
Because
Yeah,
we're
I don't
probably
hear
on radio
anything.
12.
No, I'm on
No, I
radio
swapped
1.
to channel 1.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, nobody's talking.
Hello? Oh, wait, one of them's already there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's only 3 cops on duty right now. No, 2 cops
Is-
actually.
One of them was going south on, like, Palomino Freeway. And, like, just didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's just Jack and Crystal.
Hello. Oh, hi, Violet. Not much. How have you been?
Moses PD, what's the status on that 13?
Oh, okay.
Alright, Social King, we got it secured. Accidental Alpha.
Hmm.
How does that happen?
Oh, wow. I'm proud of you.
I think when you fully send an off a bridge going 180, sometimes that happens to you.
Is that why
it
you
feels like the
just
car is
stay
trying
in
to kill
bed
you.
and have frail bones now? Oh, okay. Well, congrats.
On other interesting news, we do have visual of an airplane, rogue aircraft, fully sending southeastbound, crossing the
I'm
satellite
good, you know,
dishes
just
and
big
the
chillin'.
windmills
I
of
have a new
Sandy.
job, not a cop anymore. I'm a marshal. What do you mean, one of those?
Apparently it was an accidental Alpha.
That's true. I do have tanks.
That's Bradford for
maybe.
you.
Wait, was that
I mean,
Brad?
you don't
The
have a
one you're
criminal
talking
record?
about from earlier?
Yeah, that was the one. Oh, okay. Okay, well, what did you get caught for?
Apparently there's a rogue plane as well. Could be
Yeah.
Jackie.
What do you mean you were taking
Could
the
be
nap
Jackie.
in the back of a car?
I'm not getting paper.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys got any payphones here?
I don't think so, no.
You know, if
You don't think so? Okay.
You know,
Thank
if
you.
you've already been
You're
charged for
lying.
it, you could just
You're
tell
you're
me what
lying to me.
happened.
What do you think I'm lying to you?
I can see a payphone, man.
I can't believe Joaquin Jimenez tried to kill you.
I'm not sure if they work.
I'm gonna come in and check, okay? Messed up. Real messed up.
Okay.
Where do I want to go?
Just
I don't
don't
want
work around carnage, that's all. So I never check.
You got a working payphone right here, man. This is.
Listen, man. I don't
What's your
check the
name?
working
What's your
method.
name, man?
What do you want to know my name for?
You don't want to tell me your name, huh?
I'm kidding, I'm Miles. What's up?
Miles? Miles what?
Miles Miracle.
Miles Miracle. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I'm Richard. Nice to meet you.
Yes, Richard. What's up?
Hello, Richard.
Oh, hey, Samantha.
Long time no
Dan, you on
see.
frequency?
Yeah, a long time.
Tails, your appeal on the docket. The judge is still waiting for your bank information.
He asked the lawyer. I would give it, but he asked for the Robin to give. I don't know if I should give or whatever.
Well, if Robin's taking too long, you just do it yourself.
Yeah,
honestly.
you can just do it yourself. Doesn't matter.
Should I give my bank ID? Is that what he wants?
Yeah, he wants your bank information to refund your charges.
Okay.
But yeah, every time I see JJ, he's just driving away in his vodka like a cringe lord. Yeah.
But the vodka looks cool.
Right now, I don't believe so. The ones that are normally around this time of day are Arnold Weiss, Arthur McNee, and Nathaniel Grayson, and probably like an hour or two. Well, most of the time they'll have ads out. Yeah.
But Tails, you're looking for
Yeah, I still
bread now, huh?
notice.
Yes, sir. I'm Miss Chieftain.
What does that mean?
Essentially is I
Why
do
not?
everything for him, or not do everything, but a bit of everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Why is she come
I'm
over
currently
here?
helping Bill. I'm currently helping Bill do legislation stuff that he wants to
okay.
push.
Sorry, I gotta take this. I'll
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
2 seconds. Crystal, you okay? Yeah.
I'm alright, so just a little driving is all.
What happened?
I was driving on the freeway and then I took the wrong path and went opposing lanes accidentally. But I'm okay now.
So it wasn't an alpha?
I went on Alpha.
But nobody hurt you?
I mean, a local did kind of like slam right
Could I buy
into
2
me.
drinks from you guys?
Head on, straight head on. I'm okay.
Okay. All right.
But I was calling. I was just wondering because I'm not gonna lie, sir. There's not gonna be much cops stuff on duty. We're about to go like ghost hunting or something. I was wondering if you're interested. If not, that's okay. Just extending the offer.
Ghost.
Yeah. Or like, us trying to escape the back rooms or something. I was wondering if you're interested.
I don't know if I'm gonna have the time. I'll be honest. I don't want to just come around and have to dip out. So
Appreciate it.
let me see if
That's
I'm gonna
okay.
have the time, and then I'll let you
Tina
know.
says
I'll
she
email
hasn't
you,
been
okay?
trained yet.
But
Alright, we're
I'm
gonna do
very
it for, like,
interested.
maybe an hour.
Okay.
An hour or two in a bit.
Okay. I'll email you and let you know. Okay.
Alright, thanks, Dark. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
He says he's doing a
Alright.
quick Mosley's job and he's like,
Hello, Anna. Nice of you to leave us.
I'm good for now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah.
Do you want money for it? Okay, thank you.
You know, I got all this money from the court
Oh,
case.
wow.
You know that.
Yeah, what?
How much money did you get?
$15,000.
I was like 17, I think, or some bullshit.
Wow, so much money, Tails.
Bro,
Anyway.
I was so excited. I was gonna put Charlotte Spade through the floor for her dog shit police work. I was so excited for it. Man. But whatever, you know. It is what it is.
Anyway, how come Pridge contesting this this whole legislation about the appointing a sheriff? What's that about?
What do you mean?
He's contesting
He's
it,
trying
right?
to give people the right to vote.
Oh, he's trying to give the people a right to vote for a sheriff?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. So just anybody's gonna be able to put their name forward to be sheriff?
No, so we're trying to come into a compromise with the BCSO where they put up people themselves that they would like for the role, right? Something of the sort.
Right.
And then the idea is to get the people's vote to decide who gets voted in. And not an internal picky choosy thing. That's what he wants to do.
Why didn't he just so he's basically like the same thing, but instead of he picks out of the 5, the people vote out of the 5? But if it was an, you know,
No, because he's trying to give, so because the chief, for our understanding, the chief and the sheriff, they work for the people. So it's
Right.
only, it's only right that the people get a choice on who's up there. That's his intention. He wants to make it a vote for everybody.
Okay, so
The-
who
they're-
picks who's on
they're-
the ballot?
Yeah, they're still trying to iron out that part with the BCSO.
So it's only gonna be, you know, is it only gonna be cops on the ballot?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to what he told me was he's trying to give opportunities to deputies from the BCSO, officers from the LSPD, and if case needs be, marshals if they want to. Become the sheriff.
If somebody wins the vote, would he respect that win, or would he just appoint whoever it is that he wants to?
I mean, you would respect that when what would be the point of the election if it didn't happen?
As
it
Jody
only-
Hall.
That's true. Is it only gonna be current deputies, officers, or marshals?
Yeah. Should be
So
people
he's-
that are employed currently.
So he's not gonna put in like any person who has been a deputy or officer or marshal ever, you know? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sheriff Pred. He's not gonna do
no.
that, right?
For himself, no. I mean, it could happen where never seen before a cadet could become the sheriff, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know. I'm telling you how it would technically work. What it actually happens, I don't know.
Right.
So, that's out of my purview. That's above my pay grade.
Okay. All right. Well,
Not that I get paid for anything.
Yeah, I tried to call him already, but okay. All right. Thanks, Tyler.
I mean, if he's around, I'll tell him to give you a ring if you want to discuss it further.
Okay. All right. I appreciate
it's
that.
mainly his idea. I'm trying to, only transfer along what his
Of
ideals
course.
are.
I get you. All right. Cheers, Tails. Thank you very much.
No problem. Give me a ring
Thanks
on the
for the
lemon
ring,
list if you
Tails.
need it. No problem.
Alright.
So he sounds like he's just trying to get
We're
it
doing
back
Grapeseed.
how it used to be. Yeah.
Okay. I know there's a few payphones in Grapeseed.
Okay.
But I don't trust Pred not to put in some
You don't wanna
funky
check, Route
loopholes,
68?
you know?
Where exactly?
Well, the Route 68 stretch by the motel. the
Okay, yeah,
place,
let's
stuff
do
like
it. Then we can go up north.
that. Because I'm doing multiple maps because I need to make him bigger, so I'm doing it by sections, basically.
Yeah.
Isn't there a payphone here in the tower?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Pretty sure there's
inside.
a payphone
something?
is there in the tower.
I'll go check.
Or it might be down in this building.
Dispatch 680, show me 1041.
Good morning, Inspector.
You know? Yeah, maybe you know.
I didn't see one.
What about here? Oh, I thought this was a turn.
No, that's just definitely not a turn. There's one on the wall. I don't know if it works.
Where?
Just stay turn. Does
Pred
not
could be
work.
trust.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, it's me. Hey, honey.
Good morning.
Good
How are
morning.
ya?
I'm okay. How are you?
That's right.
I'm good. I'm good. No
You-
complaints yet.
No complaints yet. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You were, where are you?
Mission row.
Guys, can you take me to Mission Row, please?
1 second, let's
And-
finish this stretch.
Hey, Dad.
Okay,
Hey,
all
Chris.
right. All right, I'll be down there in like 10 minutes, honey, okay?
Do you want me to go to you?
Yeah, if you come up to 68, we're just mapping out some payphones, you know.
Ooh, all right. I'm on the way.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Where on
Thing.
68 or...
We're just opposite old Harmony Repairs.
Okay.
Is there one across the street?
I will be there momentarily.
Okay,
By
bye-bye.
that, in a couple minutes.
Don't
There
see
might
one.
be.
Hey, you hang up. Love you.
What might
Love
be?
you too,
I'm not
bye-bye.
hanging up. You hang up.
Okay,
I'm check on the side.
I'm
of
gonna
the
hang up.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you, bye-bye.
You abandoning us?
Yeah.
There's
because
two in front of the bank. They both work, but there's none on the side of the building.
I don't think Matt knows about snow yet, and I've got to be the one to tell him. After that, Den's around. Shall we talk to Den about the charges against Snow, or?
No.
No.
Okay, all right.
Nothing we can do now. They're posted. I mean, if they want
They're
to...
not
No, the
posted.
ones against Snow aren't posted,
Yeah,
but
the
I'm
post-
not
yeah.
holding their fucking hand.
True. Honestly.
Okay, this one works. I'm gonna check the back of the building.
I don't like that though, bro. I want to push them a little bit, man. I want to kick them in the ass.
You said it worked, right?
Yeah, that one works. There's nothing on the back of the building.
All right.
This noise is so annoying. It's always when Anna's fucking driving too. Oh my god, Anna.
You're gonna
So,
make the meth head kill us.
oh my
Sorry,
god,
sir.
so we're so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Just a person, you know, sorry.
Why do you say like that? Just a person.
Just a person.
He just got hit by another car. That poor guy. He's pulling that guy
Oh,
out
he's
of the
pulling him
car.
out. He's pulling
Oh
him
my
out.
god, Anna,
oh,
Anna,
oh,
Anna, come
Anna.
back.
This just yoinked him out, man. Oh my god. Oh no, he's
Oh.
going at him. Hey,
Look at
Sure. Stop.
This guy chasing this woman after he pulled her out of her truck.
Anna,
I see it.
open
I see
your
a very
eyes.
different thing.
what?
No, he's
Oh,
okay.
what
He
the
stopped now.
fuck?
He
Calm
stopped
down.
now. She's
you
gone.
can- Yep,
She's
she's
gone.
gone.
Yeah. Flash.
Just pull over on the side of the road.
Dispatch 680, show me on route to the 24/7 on Great Ocean on Sonora Freeway, I think.
I'll be honest. I have reservations about not saying anything to Dan. And I'm not on about being like, you've got to do this and you've got to do that. But I mean, if I just be like, oh, hey, Dan, good work on that raid the other day. When's the charges against Snow? When's that warrant for Snow going up? I can't wait to put that guy in prison.
I mean,
It's
if
not-
you go about it like that, then that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not on about like, you need to put those fucking charges up, young man. I'm on about, this guy needs justice. I want to know when I can solve it,
Yeah, if you go about it that way, then, that's fine. but
Okay.
like we are not helping them with this whole.
Yes,
shit.
I'm not about helping at all in any way. I just want to know when. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
One
And
thing that
ma-
I came to realize after Daisy told me, like we talked yesterday about the whole announcement that I did, is that it sucks, but LSPD is trying to twist anything they can and poke any holes to make sure we as marshals look bad. So they will try to shift blame. They will try to do anything they can to not be responsible about things. That's what I realized yesterday. So be careful when you approach things like that.
I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time. Okay, when it comes to handling PD and their nonsense, all right. I've been doing this kind of thing for a long time.
Because right now, a lot of the times, both departments, but winds up being a lot more LSPD is kind of like coming to us expecting us to like fix their department and fix their shit.
Yeah.
And I'm done hand-holding them.
One thing that Peter's came to me the other day, we were just having a chat. He didn't necessarily come to me. He kind of called me, and then we kind of had a chat about some stuff. But there was one thing he kind of said, and I don't know whether it was grounded in fact or truth, but I did agree with him on the sentiment of what he said, which was essentially, again, I can't remember the exact situations he was referencing, but essentially...
Dispatch 680, show me 23 at the 24/7 at Polito.
But essentially,
There's no one here.
if there's an incident... Hey, honey!
Hello. Am I in trouble? Why are you looking at me with your...
No, nothing.
Honey, whatever, I'm sorry. It was my fault and I shouldn't have done it.
No, you're okay. You get promoted again? No,
What
you
do you
didn't.
mean again?
I thought I saw another stripe.
No, that's just two.
Another stripe? I didn't even want this one.
I know.
Just take it off.
Funny.
They can't make you put it back on.
Well, okay, unintentionally, I didn't originally put it on,
Store's
and then I
clear.
got called out for not having it.
Just say that you're not a senior.
I can't. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to lie about
Just
that,
cover,
you know?
just cover your straps and be like, I'm just a deputy.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, it's no different than calling myself an officer on the basis of being a law enforcement officer, right? I mean, that's what we used to tell cadets to do so they wouldn't get bullied.
Yeah. When I was high command for like CPD, I would like go into shift 2 every now and then. I would entirely change my look and only put on officer stripes. I'm like, I'm not high command right now.
Oh, her outfit, I could not recognize her when you put that outfit on.
Honestly, I mean, think about it. We're only a week away from November. It's gonna be No Shave November, okay? And people just won't be able to recognize me. Listen, nobody can complain because I didn't dress as Davin Swartell.
Oh my god.
Davin Swartell.
Uh-huh. Yep. Exactly.
Don't even bring that up, but...
Davin Swartell was great, okay?
No!
Yes.
Why are you even saying anything like that?
Because I want the return of Davin Swartell.
Okay.
Husband says no, so it's no.
Not even the do-rag?
No.
What is wrong with you?
No.
About the do-rag.
Plus, it doesn't have the same, it doesn't have the same effect because, you know, Suarez ain't a cop, so like.
It's true.
And, the whole bit was like, Davenport was good, Martell was good, Suarez everybody hated.
Raka, thank you for the 5 gifties, buddy.
Out of shift.
I
So,
appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't get targeted,
Prepping for the emotional terrorism to come. Thanks, dude.
Me too.
R.I.P.
May she rest in peace, yeah.
How did she die?
I don't remember.
Was it a heart attack?
Yeah, it was a heart attack from
stress to the job,
stress,
surely.
yeah. It was, but there was some incident that happened, and then I think it might have been Tourette. And through Tourette,
Classic.
and yeah.
I miss Tourette. I mean, he hated me, but not in like an actual hate. It was like stop fucking with my department.
He
like
changed once he became a sheriff. I'll be honest.
yeah, but the thing is, you have to change because like you go from like being best of friends with someone to now being in a position of being their boss, and like you can't really treat them the same because when they do wrong, you have to give them a slap on the wrist and tell them don't do it again. Trust me, I know this all too well.
One thing that stood out to me was he came into shift 3 one day, and there was like, I don't even remember what the situation was, but it was something that like every officer and deputy that was dealing with it knew the charges, they knew what was being pressed on everybody, and it was all totally fine. And then he got extremely pissy that like Espinosa didn't sit in the cells the entire time and helicopter mom them to make sure they were charging correctly.
See, that's the issue.
Oh, I
Listen,
remember that. I remember.
Y'all, that little generator thing going on its own, or is that just me?
It's,
Yep, it's going on its own.
Damn.
It's
Oh,
Tesla technology.
it must be one of those RC ones.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
It's a Tesla.
We're smoking something these days.
I think that comes a lot with Shift 3 specifically being like a relatively close-knit, more family than just like coworkers, you know, like everyone who got recruited was taken under somebody's wing. Everyone got like personal attention from FTOs because it was small. And so we know that we've gone over these things. Additionally, we also did a very good fucking job of delegating back then. Like why helicopter mom when the reality is, you know, people are going to do the correct thing. And if they don't, guess what? A teachable moment. Is it really the end of the world?
And if they had questions, we got phones for a reason.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Matt, I got a question.
I might have an answer.
If Kyle tells you that he wants to appoint you as a sheriff, would you take it?
Hell fucking no. I will tell him what I told Bob Smith when he asked if I would transfer to Shift 2.
Oh no, I know.
I'd rather double fist myself than ever consider that. No. Listen, I stand by what I said before. I don't think either mayor has any, like, I don't think they should have any control over who is in charge of the sheriff's office or the police department. It serves zero purpose but to disrupt whatever good thing they got going on. And that's been proven time and time again. A change in leadership every 90 days? That's fucking wild!
Yeah, Pred is trying to repeal the legislation that Andy put in place.
But we can dispute that, right?
Yeah, you can contest it. It's already been up for 20 hours almost, I think. And you only got 72 hours to contest it, so.
Oh. Do they have to justify it when they...
Let me find the legislation for you.
In just fine what sense?
Okay, so if legislation is up and Pred wants to get rid of it, is the only thing he needs to state, I would like this gone, and that's it? Or does he have to state, I would like this gone because X, Y, and Z?
He says in there that it's unconstitutional, but it wouldn't be a piece of legislation already if it was unconstitutional.
Yeah, exactly. So on that basis alone...
What's the fucking... Dude, there's too many fucking pieces of legislation.
That's already wrong. Like, and if the purpose is it being unconstitutional, like what? For what? For why? Why it unconstitutional?
Yeah. Because that could be like the entire bit of like your contest.
Your contest, yeah.
Wow.
But from what Tails was saying, because Tails is working with Pred, I guess, is that he wants to have the people vote on who they want to be sheriff. And Andy's legislation was the department compiles a list of candidates and puts those candidates forward to Andy, and then Andy chooses from those candidates, or the mayor of the Plain County, not Andy specifically.
So I don't necessarily know that I like that writing, because like that's also stating, okay, Tails, for example, or not Tails, but let's say someone in the sheriff's office that Pred is friends with submits a single name And is there even a limit as to how many names can be submitted?
With Andy's, there
It was
was
5.
let me see.
It was 5, yeah.
Yeah.
And who
I think-
determines those names?
The
The
BCSO.
department itself.
Okay, but how is that determined? I'm a part of the BCSO. Is it first come first serve? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's
I
probably
don't know.
a
So
little
the
problematic.
legislation is appointment of the sheriff. That's the one that Pred
Yes,
wants to
it-
review.
yeah.
And then, but Tails has said that Pred and the BCSO are working things out as to, I guess, how they want to do it. So maybe the BCSO is in on the reprisal of the legislation. I don't know. Maybe they're all for it, and maybe the high command is good for it. But I don't see why they would want to do that.
Yeah, you should definitely bring it up to Commander High Commanders so they can formulate something. And if they don't want to, they don't want to.
No, that'd be silly. Listen, we all know Pred. And the concerning part is I don't know if Pred has a me there, as in, you know, the counter to his going over the line, right?
I highly doubt it.
And
This is the issue
that's
is
concerning.
he's like reprising this piece of legislation, right? But he also hasn't like put in a replacement piece of legislation ready to immediately replace
He
it.
doesn't need to, though, because it's just removing restrictions.
Yeah.
That's
No,
within his
but-
purview to do it.
But what I'm saying
Because
is he's got a plan with Tails and the BCSO that's been like, I'm going to give it to the
He has a
people to
concept of a
vote.
plan.
Right. But even though he has this concept of a plan that he's promising the people to vote and everything, he could just reprise this legislation and then immediately go, forehead, you're the sheriff. And he could just be like, the plan's out the window. Fuck you guys. And then he doesn't have to uphold anything.
I mean, he would still have to follow the
Constitution, which
yeah.
just says the sheriff
I don't
can
even know what.
appoint anybody as the sheriff. The
But
mayor
we can
appoint
impeach people for having
anybody?
felony charges.
I'm pretty sure it just says the mayor of Blaine County appoints the sheriff. That's it. That is the line, I think, in the Constitution. There is no restrictions. Obviously, what Daisy's saying is like we can go about an impeachment process, right?
Right.
But the issue is like that takes time. And in that time, there is
Not really, because the legislative and these kind of audits and impeachment cases get picked up like quite quickly. It's been stated. Like they would become your priority if you decide to impeach someone.
right. But how long does it take a you know,
Guys,
a
are you
member
ready
of
for
a
my
go
stupid
on?
fucking question?
Mm-hmm.
Where the Constitution?
Oh, you have to scroll all the
Yeah.
way down and then wait like 10 seconds for it to load.
And sometimes it doesn't
now
load.
It loaded.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I was scrolling down. I was like, I know I'm not this dumb. It was here. It was
No,
here. I see
sometimes
it
it
now.
doesn't load anyway, so you just have to keep on reopening the legislation and
Oh,
scrolling down.
I would
Yeah.
just type in Constitution next time.
Yes,
I
you
did-
also
I
could do
typed
that.
I typed in const. Okay, nothing came up. So I
No,
just
you have to do
zoomed.
the entire word. It doesn't do partial words.
Yeah. It's just like
Okay.
the,
All right. Sheriff shall be appointed by the Blaine County Mayor.
That's it.
There's no. Ooh. Yeah, that's. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think the reality is, I didn't even know Pred was the mayor. I'm not gonna lie. I think,
He doesn't even know the
is
worst news yet.
capable of making proper decisions, but we also know he likes to, he likes to be on the line. You know, he's a line sitter.
Yeah, if he doesn't have brakes, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's also a criminal.
And my concern is that, for example, before he surrounded himself with people that would challenge him, right? And again, sort of pull him to center. But if he surrounds himself with yes men who are just going to say yes to everything that's a great idea and not ever
It's
bring
called
up
role
the
play,
very
Pro
clear
Sal.
potential
Don't fucking
downfalls,
watch if you don't
then,
fucking like
well,
it. Punk it.
He's fucked.
Do you think we just don't
As in,
like
we're
Kyle
fucked,
the streamer?
but, like,
Conflict
also know
breeds
it'll never be his
roleplay,
fault,
breeds
you know?
story. You want Pred to just be out there, just
for
fucking
hypothetical here,
running
right?
through the
Let's
grass
say he were
with fucking
to,
naked with his dick swinging around, just fucking living
he were
free?
to
No conflict?
be
Just fucking living free,
and,
dude?
Reduce our pay to practically nothing.
What the fuck, man?
Much like Nino did before. I think when the police department or the sheriff's office gets upset as a result of that, he will do exactly what Nino did, which is claim that, you know, there are other monetary issues that need to be resolved, and you know, we're not a priority, and this and that, blah blah blah. To be fair, I don't know if Nino actually said that, but I'm just throwing out potential things that Pred would say.
Hurry up, Matt. We gotta talk about
that
snow.
may not actually be true.
We gotta
Which
talk
is
about
why,
snow this time.
When Etta was the treasurer, one of the things that she wanted to implement was a like a transparency act where any decision made regarding any financial stuff had to be logged, had to be somewhere publicly available, had to be time-stamped so that everybody knew when it happened alongside the justification.
Every villain needs a hero. Yep.
Because otherwise, the reality is we never know.
What the fuck?
We get no notification that we're being paid until we go and
he's watching
work 100 hours and pick up our paycheck and find out that it's nothing. And then everyone's upset.
Chicey doing
Because
paperwork.
then nobody can afford anything.
Yeah, and then all that, all the council stuff got thrown out, right? When the mayors go.
Yep. Speaking of which, I think I brought this up before. Now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I am this perfect deputy, okay?
You are.
But I'm gonna say something, and I need you guys to really let this sink in. If I had to assume, percentage-wise, of the entirety of the police department, both BCSO and LSPD, the amount of officers that know every piece of legislation, I would argue easily single digits.
Oh yeah.
I'm not kidding. There's too much. There is too damn much.
I would argue less than single digits. I would argue it's in the 0.0%.
Listen, I want it to be halfway reasonable. Okay, but the crazy part is that's problematic. We're straying further and further from our job being easier by any capacity. Like, I could be wrong in saying this because again, there ain't no way when Andy sat there and tried to speed run the fucking titles of the pieces of legislation, and it took her almost 2 fucking minutes speed running saying that shit. Just titles, by the way.
Why is this music so ominous?
How could you possibly expect me to read all that?
Yeah. And I think there's like 4 pieces of medical legislation that have been put in the last few days. There's another piece of medical legislation up on the docket.
I knew that.
There's Pred wanting to repeal something. There's Nino wanting to push a legal grow-up legislation and a dispensary legislation.
Let me ask you this. Can we legally charge for hot guns?
Like in the legislation?
You look through everything a lot more than I do. So is there legislation that explicitly states that you can charge for hot guns?
I don't think there's any hot gun legislation.
This is another one of those about, like, there's no legislation about raid receipts either.
Yeah, because it's implied that the raid receipt is part of the search warrant in the raid itself, but it doesn't explicitly say raid receipt in the search warrant legislation.
Okay, so I think like oftentimes we sort of pull from like our prior experiences as experienced officers, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about raid receipts and why logically it makes sense, right? But assume an officer was recruited a month ago and they never dealt with
I think that's a difficult line
raids.
to go down, Matt, because
would they be expected to know to do that based upon current legislation? Like that's the mindset that I have when like looking over legislation and determining whether or not there's something that is like explicitly written to like push a certain thing. You know what I mean?
So, as per my understanding, okay, there's a crime, right? Inherently, let's say this class 2 weaponries are illegal, right?
Right.
You would do your due diligence to check it. So, does it has like itself? You have to investigate the gun, right? Investigating a gun would require you to use the gun and do ballistic testing and stuff like that to
Right.
return to certain things. Now, isn't that already under your purview to investigate the crime? Crime itself being the class 2.
Yeah, but the issue is the application of hot guns is different than any other crime. It's essentially if this gun was used in that crime and you're in possession of it 20 days later, you are copping the charge for what it was used for previously.
I mean, that's
we are not proving beyond a reasonable doubt that that person shot that gun, just that they're in possession of it.
That's a difficult. I think there's a difficult line to go down because I think there's a lot of things that law enforcement
Is that
do
in the
that aren't.
SOPs though, Matt? That's like in the PD SOPs, because that might not be in the legislation, but it might be in the SOPs.
Well, the SOPs don't trump.
Yeah,
legal
SOPs
authority.
don't
it doesn't matter.
go over legislation. Also, do the FTOs actually teach the SOPs?
Probably to some degree, but like, there's no way an FTO is going over a gazillion pages of shit, right? Like,
Rhodes, I had a
let me take
sergeant raid the Marshall garage and take tanks out yesterday.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
Why?
Because they're impatient.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I would argue they're stupid.
Stupid and impatient.
Oh, hot guns in the SOPs. Warrants will not be written for hot gun charges. Hot gun charges are to be processed at the time of the possession charge. If someone has a warrant for possession charge, include a note in that warrant that indicates the report of the hot gun charges to be processed at the same time. We cannot have hot gun warrants out in case the suspect is not charged with possession, which would void the hot gun charges. But like,
that's not
how we
legislation.
prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, right? Like, before. So I actually took issue with this before as well, because at least for some period of time there wasn't legislation. I don't know if it ever ended up changing. We were instructed to push hot guns by the Department of Justice, this being many years ago. But again, nothing ever written. If I had to guess, I would argue at the time it may have been an instruction from the state, but nothing explicitly written. And we're now in this era of, if it's not written, it's not.
It's not possible. Yeah.
So, hot gun charges. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Have I pushed hot gun charges before? Yeah. I did so knowing full well it's not explicitly written. But at the same time, if nobody is going to appeal it, I can't push. Like, I can't push that to be something argued in front of a judge. Like, a lawyer needs to start arguing these things. That's not my job.
That's what I was gonna say.
But you guys also understand the likelihood of running into attorney is fairly slim at times. But more often than not, people are simply going to argue, I'd rather just go to jail, get it done and over with, and move on with my life, as opposed to bringing it in front of a judge. In front of a judge, people know that they're going to get questioned. They don't know who the judge is. They feel that things are left in sort of a very uncertain manner, and as a result, they'd opt to not go. Unless they truly feel they have been wronged. But yeah, I mean, back then, hot guns were essentially like, if you're buying illegal guns, you best be careful, because whoever is selling you that gun could be setting you up. But that ain't the case no more. Well, I mean, it is the case.
You can approach Angel about it, because this is something like DOJ related. DOJ related legislation and things like that would be like, they would have their internal discussion, and it would be in the legislation the next day if they approve such kind of thing, or whatever their notion is.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean,
that's
there's probably loads of things that aren't in legislation already.
Yeah.
But why do they need
Listen,
to be
I went to
in
court
legislation?
to make Brady violations a thing, and it's still just like
It's still
sitting
not
with
a
the
thing, yeah.
DOJ waiting.
Yeah. Like, I mean, are all the charges that we push, like, are they in legislation?
But the
I mean, they're
penal
part of the
code
penal
is
Penal code is, yeah.
legislation.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so, for example, like you're not wrong, honey. It does get a bit tricky because gang-related shooting, for example, does not take into account self-defense, right? Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you were shooting in self-defense. If, like, as fucked up as that sounds, I say this to every person I arrest. It does not matter if you were the first person to shoot or the second person to shoot. If you were the victim, if you are part of a gang or a group, you know, as it's defined, and you were shooting another group, it does not matter. You're going in. Again, it's fucked up. It's very fucked up. You could literally be a victim of a crime and you are going to prison because you defended yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But it is written that way in the penal code. Therefore, I'm content with pushing it. If it wasn't written that way, there would be a lot of situations in which people have just been shot down that would just get released. And that's what happened before. I mean, that's why that charge was implemented many years ago, right? People would be found on the ground, positive for GSR. We knew that these two gangs were at war, but they had been robbed of their firearms. We would, you know, bring them over to the hospital, release them. They'd say they don't remember anything, and rinse, repeat. And the gang-related shooting charge was put in as a means of there's a consequence associated, you know, regardless of whether or not y'all survived the shootout. Like, y'all need to patch things up or something and make sure this doesn't happen again. You're going to keep going to prison.
I remember one gang-related shooting. I had somebody that was GSR negative, and he was like, I wasn't part of it. I just got shot. So I was like, okay, wait here. I went back to Mirror Park, collected all of the evidence by myself, and told him that it was my belief, based on the evidence, that he went there with the intent to participate in said gang-related shooting, but he was trash and got shot first. And he was like,
oh my God.
okay, you're right. I plead guilty.
You know what?
Got
Respect
him.
for the honesty. Respect for the honesty there. But yeah, like it. I think it's I think this era of everything has to be written down is such a double-edged sword, but sharper in a bad direction. Just on the basis that, like, listen, there's no rule set that can accommodate any possible situation. There's no like, they're called standard operating procedures for a reason, and that's because they accommodate like an overwhelming majority of situations. But not every situation is a standard one. Not every situation is a run-of-the-mill situation. You learn sort of foundation level stuff and can build situations upon that to tailor it to what you're trying to deal with. Sometimes you won't be able to get it to fit in that box. That's just the reality. Which is why I think having it so that every like single thing has to be written out is problematic. Like, you know, I mean, fuck. I'm sitting here as somebody who's been an officer for years on end, asking y'all, where the fuck can I find the fucking Constitution?
Yeah.
You know, like, because it wasn't coming up.
And I know a lot of officers like don't know about the city hall section on the government website being like that's where all the legislation gets pushed before it's in contest phase. Like, I told Hayes that like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that, and she was just like, "Why didn't any of us like know this?"
Unrelated. I have a question regarding FOIAs.
Last question, and then we're going.
Okay. That's kind of messed up, honey.
We got things to talk about. What's your question?
But wait, y'all like real busy?
No,
we're
I mean,
not
me
busy
and
at all.
No,
me
he's
and you
ditching
have
us
got
to
to
go with
go.
you.
Yeah, he wants to go with you.
Honey, don't forget the payphones at the tolls.
Oh, that's a good one. There. Okay.
Yeah. So FOIA stuff. A FOIA request was put in. This was a long time ago, like months at this point. for a report involving a VAF on a vehicle that the person's name submitted had no involvement in that report. Literally none. And so I was under the assumption, like,
Jim.
okay, wrong name, wrong report number. Maybe it was an incident instead of a report, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Come to find out, the person who is trying to FOIA it, or the attorney is doing it on behalf of a person who purchased a car and they want to FOIA it. I'm be real. They didn't have any involvement. It was more than 30 days ago. It's not like they can even appeal it. So
yeah,
was I wrong in not providing them?
The way that the FOIA Act is, it doesn't say that you can only FOIA information regarding yourself. So the way that it is written, anyone can FOIA anything.
We'll be right back.
It does say no citizen should have information withheld from them in criminal proceedings that could be used against them. It also states it's our belief that allowing citizens to access information that's being used against them in a court of law or could have potentially
emotional
been
terrorism
for not only well-being but to ensure
may
that
resume
there's due
shortly
process and accountability. But like none of that applies to this person.
Yeah.
So I also didn't provide it hoping that it would be brought up. This would go to like but this never happens. Anytime I want something argued,
so you could contest it and bring it up. Because I remember, like, my first day as a marshal, you were just like, there's no Brady violations, and I'm gonna make sure there is one.
And even then, I couldn't. Even then,
I tried, okay? Literally, me and Siobhan, the entire reason we pushed everything so hard on it, because I have other shit that I have to do.
Okay, I'll follow up on your
I think they're done.
Okay?
Are they done?
Because the last thing was that, like, Weiss acknowledged the concept of Brady in the case, and then it was being pushed up to the justices.
Well, actually, so there's no Brady violation, but they would be in violation of the FOIA Act. No citizen should have information withheld from them in criminal proceedings that could be used against them. But that's also telling me that names
Bill Mays,
right? No citizen should have information withheld from them in a criminal proceeding that could be used against them. Though there are some things that can like delay. So I guess technically it does exist in a roundabout way. You would have to FOIA it. Anyways. I'm sorry to have derailed whatever y'all had going on.
No, we enjoy talking to you. I mean, you can stay more if you want to. We don't mind. You want to come with us?
Richard is getting uneasy.
You are helping him, Espinosa. Don't help him. You can come with us.
We're stealing roads.
Are you hopping? Are you hopping in a car with me?
Yes, we're going.
We're stealing roads from the BCSO to the marshals.
Oh, Bill Mays.
Bill Mays talking shit about you.
Matthew Rhodes, if he's actually around for once. Does he ever work? Not sure why the hell we want him in the mayor's office. I don't want to be in the mayor's office!
I just tell him
you can
respond and say, I don't want to be in your office.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Bill in so long. I actually like Bill. Bill is a real one. Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Honey, I'm sorry.
I shot a
let's
pig
go.
named
Let's
Bill
go.
Mays
Let's go.
once.
Let's go. This is fun.
What?
Y'all have a
Tell
good
him
one.
everything. Tell him
Shoot a
everything.
pig.
Tell me.
pig.
Oh,
I don't want to drive anymore. My hands are
I'll
tired.
drive. I'll drive. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, don't let the man drive.
Well. You good?
How are you?
I'm doing A-okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay. I've been better.
Okay. What's going on?
What? Okay, I'm assuming Bill Mays wants to talk to you about Pred and something being in the mayor's office. You know, just tell Pred to shove it, please. Don't do anything with him. He's a gang member. He's besties. You know that, right?
Yes, we've already discussed this before.
Okay. Anyway, I don't want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about something else.
Okay.
When were you last on duty, roughly?
I could tell you if I look at reports.
No. Just don't worry about it.
A few days, possibly up to a week.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. There was an incident that occurred probably about, I think it was on Friday last week, where PD tracked a member of Hydra. You can drive, by the way. You don't have to.
I was just taking a look at something.
Making me nervous.
Sorry.
PD tracked a member of Hydra back to a house in Mirror Park in Nicola Place, the cul-de-sac. And Air One was tracking them from altitude, and they saw them run into a house with a gun out. And they were a suspect from an ammunition crate or something. And so PD arrived on scene, hot pursuit, and then there was a shootout. When they were inside, plain view, they saw weapons, cash, and a multitude of illegal objects by the looks of it. Anyway.
See the payphone?
Yeah, I see the payphone. Thank you.
No problem.
And there was a raid executed.
Okay.
They found an unholy amount of Class 1s, Class 2s, narcotics, evidence of drug manufacturing, I think, weapons manufacturing, drug trafficking.
Oh my God.
Incredible amounts of cash. There was painkillers. You know, I mean, this is the first time we've seen Class 2s out on the streets. There was an EMP gun in there.
An EMP gun?
Yeah, at a rough estimate, I think the last time I looked at the raid receipt, the charges, including the hot gun charges, added up to about 5,000 months and over $3 million worth of, you know, in dollars, in fines.
Wait, who's getting? Is it Flippy?
Well, that's the issue, honey. The owner of the house was Jackie Snow.
Okay. Has anyone reached out to Snow?
No.
Well, what if he's like leasing the property? Yeah, people used to do that all the time. There's no way he'd have involvement in that.
I didn't need to reach out to Snow because Snow called me 2 days ago. I was at the marshal office and he called me, and I guess there was marshals at the scene of the incident, the raid. Because he called up and told me to tell the rest of the marshals to close any investigation into him, because there's still people in the marshals that he respects and cares about, and he doesn't want anybody to get hurt.
Huh? Like in a veiled threat kind of way?
Yeah.